I represent Paper Plane Company. We are a small manufacturing firm that manufactures paper toy planes for children. We take customer orders and deliver it to them with a certain amount of lead time. We have an assembly line in place in our factory that helps us manufacture these toy planes. Now we will see a detailed process flow from the customer order input to the delivery of the final product to the customer.
Hello, Mr. Neelu.
Hello, sir.
Sorry to schedule the meeting at such a short notice, but we had no other option. I was going through last month's report, which I got today morning, and I was shocked at the numbers. I was going through the number of complaints which we got this month. It was huge. The cost of production has gone up, the inventory cost, everything is par the limit. So, what's our department doing? What will the quality department have to say on that?
So I think we have systems in place, but then we are very in a very nascent phase. Our processes are not very much in our control. So I think before I can comment upon anything, we'll have to first study the processes that we have in place, and then only I think we can work upon anything.
Okay, you can go ahead studying the processes, but how are you going to do that? Do you have anything in mind?
Right now is we can do a value stream mapping for our processes.
Value stream mapping?
Yeah, it will basically give us a one-page picture of all the material and information flows that starts from the customer placing an order till the final product is being delivered to the customer. So we'll basically map all the material and information flows and see that all the value-adding steps that is required by the customer, whether those steps are within the acceptable limits or not.
So this value stream mapping, whatever, it should work, right?
Yeah, it's a well accepted procedure and it is used by industries across all the geographies. So I think once we are able to identify those value adding steps in the processes, we'll be able to control them with a much greater effect.
Okay, then you can go ahead with it and let us meet after a week's time. It should be fine.
Meanwhile I'll put my team into place and we'll see the processes and fine tune it.
Fine then. Meet after a week.
Yeah, thank you.
What goes in a VSM? First you have the supplier and the customer, which are denoted by these diagrams. And then you have the transport, either from the supplier to the factory or from the factory to the customer, which happens in a timely manner, weekly, hourly, daily, etc. Then you have the process box and the data box. A process box that talks about the process description, the operators in it, and the data box that talks about what is the changeover time, what is the wait time, what is the cycle time, etc. This is followed by the production control. This is the unit that decides what will be the production schedules depending on the customer order or the customer demand. Then you have the inventory which is shown by this diagram. Inventory which can be raw materials, work in process or finished good inventory. There are two types of flow in a VSM, the material flow and the information flow. Material flow which is shown by a straight arrow and information flow which is shown by a crooked arrow. What are information flows? Information flow can be different types. One is a daily schedule that is conveyed to the production team. Then you have the 30-day forecast, the daily order that is given by the customer, or a weekly forecast. Now we'll see at a typical process flow. This is a typical process flow with process boxes, data boxes, inventories between them, the inventory holding time. And the most important part is the timeline. The upper part shows the process lead time and the graphs show the value added time. The management would like to see this proportion of value add time and process lead time to understand what improvements have to be done.
Okay, now that we have taken all the measurements across all the processes, we'll put it on to what we call a value stream map. Value stream map is as we can see here. So we start from the customer's order, which was 700 pieces per day on that particular day where we took the measurements. This gave us a takt time of 41 seconds per piece. So we took the information, our production control department took this order from the customer on a daily basis. So this information flow was on a daily basis. But at the same time, we take a week, 30 days forecast also. So this is the forecast period. Based on the information from the customer of the demand, the production control team passes on this information to the supplier, who then provide us with the raw materials. So this information goes to the supplier on a weekly basis. So this is a 7-day process. The supplier provides us the raw material on a daily basis. So this again is a daily operation. On that particular day, we measured this to be 700 pieces of raw material. So across the processes, when we measured the cycle time, it came out to be 25 seconds, 30 seconds and 42 seconds across the 3 different processes. So this was the time that went into adding value to the products. Other than that, we had inventories before and after each of the processes, raw material inventory to start with and finished good inventory to end with. So as we can see, what value stream map gives us is that the complete process that we have gives us a value addition time of 97 seconds only, whereas the process lead time that takes into account the inventories is 2.3 days. So what we can see from here is that we have 2 focus areas if we need to meet our consumers' demand. One is we need to reduce our value addition time also by improving the process efficiency, not by reducing the value addition to the product, and we need to reduce the inventory level so that our process efficiency can increase.
Hello, Ms. Dipanvita. I had a talk with Mr. Neela from your quality department. He told that he'll be performing a value stream mapping in order to study the current processes of this organization. I'd like to know the status of it. How's it going?
Yes, I did have a look into it, and we did a current state value stream mapping of that.
Okay.
And according to that, our value addition time was 97 seconds, which was more than twice of what is required, the average takt time. And also our process lead time was again 2.3 days, which is again very large. So what we need to focus right now is that we need to bring our value addition time as close as possible to the average takt time. And also we need to reduce our non-value addition time. So what these 2 things will do is that it would increase our efficiency, which in turn is going to increase the bottom line of our company.
So you want to say that if we bring our value addition time as close to the customer's takt time, it will be good for the organization.
Right.
But how are we going to do that? I mean, what are the ways for that?
One of the ways would be investing in our machinery, etc., and increasing our efficiency so that that would again in turn increase our bottom line.
So we'll have to invest in the machines in order to streamline them so that our value addition time is close to the customer's takt time.
Right.
Okay, so it was okay. We can't take a decision right now what the management has to say. We'll have a word with the other people here around and we'll come down to the conclusion like how much to invest and up to what level can we reduce the value addition time to make it as close to the takt time. But okay, but one thing we got that this value stream mapping was a good exercise. At least we got to know that where the exact problem is, because earlier I wasn't able to figure out how we got so high amount of customer complaints and increased inventory cost also. So we'll try to see that this value stream mapping should be made a regular exercise. We'll want the quality team to make this a very regular exercise and do it in a much more frequent manner, so that it will be good for the organization as well.
Sure, we would be at your service.